Hello my friends, back with another video for you guys today. Finally back from New York. Just got back like an hour ago. Man, that was a long ass drive, but the whole way back I was thinking about something that I wanted to make a video on. So last night I had a comment on my last video from a guy named Mick Millman. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for dropping that comment and telling me to go over to your page and check out one of your recent videos. I think everybody should go out and check this guy's video. It was a really good point that I haven't seen brought up before, and it was a great discussion between him and one of his friends, which was a psychologist, and they were talking about managing they were talking about a lot of things, but the basic thing that I wanted to talk about was they were talking about managing your life while having a creative business or being a freelancer. And I think that it's something that nobody really talks about that much, because there's like this thing, most people think, like, especially if they're already working like a job that they don't like, or they're not doing photography for a full-time job yet, they think that once you get to a freelancer's point of view or point in life, you're actually getting paid for your work, people are seeking you out to hire you and do jobs, then it's like, oh, I made it and everything is fine now, and you know, I'm basically, you know, living this trendy lifestyle and everything's all good. And the reality is much different. And I wanted to talk about some things involving that so you guys can kind of, I mean, no matter where you're at in your photographic journey, if you're trying to get to a place where people are paying you for your work enough that you can quit your full-time job, or if you're already doing it, you need to think about this stuff because it's really important. So it's not all roses, guys. I mean, everything isn't perfect once you get to that point where people are starting to seek you out and pay you for work, and you start to have like an ongoing pipeline of income coming in to where it's like, you know, even stable enough for you to quit your full-time job and just do photography as a living. There's a lot of pitfalls and a lot of negative things that go with it. Number one is you have basically an infinite amount of time on your hands now. Nobody is telling you to get up every day, go to work, you know, do this schedule, do that. You have to manage all that time yourself. I mean, to be completely honest, a lot of people need to be told what to do every day. If they don't spend their time wisely, and their attention goes to things that just make them waste time. They procrastinate on things. They don't get the ball rolling in the ways that they should. And that creates a sense of, you know, dread. It can create a sense of dread. If you're not a self-motivator and creating like order and structure in your life on your own without telling you, you know, without somebody else telling you to do that stuff, being a freelancer or being a full-time business person running your own thing is very difficult, especially in a business like this where it's a service-based business. It's not really scalable. People are paying you for your individual service. It's not like you can, you know, people when they hire PerlaImages, they're not hiring just the brand. They're hiring me and my wife, our personalities, our portfolio of work. That stuff can't really be duplicated or you know, reproduce. They're hiring us for what we specifically do. So, you know, it's not like it's a scalable thing where you can kind of just set it up and then just work it and then just after a while build it up and it just kind of runs on its own. You can't really do that. I'm involved all the time in every single decision. I'm spending all my time, you know, getting new customers and working on the ones that I have. And, you know, it's an actual job. But the thing is if I'm, like, no one's motivating me to get up every single day and go out and, you know, make sure my profit and loss statement, you know, for tax year is filled out. No one's making me get up and make sure I'm, you know, responding to emails and brides that I haven't heard back from, following up with them, you know, getting out new emails to new customers, setting up consultations, you know, all this other stuff. I mean, it's very easy just to get caught in, you know, just fucking off all day if you don't pay attention to it. So not only that, basically, you know, I don't want this video to get like too philosophy driven, but I see things from a chaos and order perspective, okay? Now, you have, I feel like the natural state of things is you have chaos on one side, you have order on the other, and they're constantly competing with each other to try and bring creation into the world and new things. Now, life is a balance. Obviously, you've heard that before, and it's very true. Like, at least for me, I'm hyper aware of this stuff, and if I let chaos, too many untied strings, things that I'm not paying attention to, you know, things are out of structure, I don't have enough balance in my life, I let too much chaos creep in, then I'm not paying attention to the order, and my mind gets filled up and I'm not able to create new things, you know, enjoying the process of creating new things, coming up with new imaginative ideas for my customers, and not even being in love with the fact that, you know, I'm doing what I love for a job. You know, it becomes like more of a pain in the ass because I'm letting the chaos and all the loose ends and the untied things get out of control, and it seeps over into my mind. So, you know, in order to really create new work, in order to be happy in a freelance business, you really have to be able to understand that those loose ends need to get taken care of, and nobody else is going to do it for you. So this starts early, guys. Like, before you even leave your job, you need to be able to look at this as important stepping stones. Every single challenge needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be thought of as an extension of you. Because otherwise, if the important stuff and the boring stuff, you know, I shouldn't say the boring stuff a lot of times is the important stuff. It's very, very important that all those boring things that go along with taking a business to the next level and making sure that you're being run the right way are the things that are ultimately going to create the least amount of chaos, so you're going to have a free mind to go out there and create things. It's all about the balance, guys. Like, and this video was a really good topic. I suggest everybody goes and, you know, checks out his page, subscribe to it, look at that video at least, and think about it, because, you know, too much time on our hands with no structure or no way to go, or too many options, I should say, leads to mental, you know, overload. Really does, because we're in a place where we have to make too many we have too many decisions to make, or there are too many options that we can't focus on one thing and just put one foot in front of the other and just make the necessary steps. You know, like, one of the best things about being an entrepreneur is, yes, being your own boss and having that ultimate freedom. But the thing is it's not just freedom to fuck off and do whatever you want. Like, it's freedom to make the decision about where you want to put the structure in your life. So for me, I think that, you know, for me, I need to exercise, going to the gym every day, doing something physical, working myself out is paramount for me having some type of structure during the day. You know, it's obviously very easy for me to roll out of bed, get into sweatpants, and, you know, come down here to my office and, you know, make a video and just fuck around on YouTube or the internet or something like that, and all of a sudden 5 hours have gone by. But that's not any way to live a life. You know, that might sound like, if you hate your job right now or you hate what you're doing every day, that might sound a lot better, but ultimately it's really not. You need to have the balance. You need to find structure in your life, and ultimately it's going to make your pictures better. You know, like, the thing is also, even if you have no, like, you know, you're not trying to build a business out of this, you're just doing photography because you love it, reduce the amount of chaos in your life, guys. And I promise that you'll see more pleasure in doing photography. You'll see more innovative ideas. You'll see more creativity in your life in general. Like, you know, this is one of the things I was thinking about as I was driving. Like, my tail light went out on my truck when I was going, or my blinker, my left blinker. And this is a perfect example, because you can follow this string. So obviously, driving without a taillight or a blinker is one thing, right? It's not a big deal right now. But if I don't go and replace that and meet that little piece of chaos that's coming into my life, if I don't meet that head on and take care of it, what's going to happen? Well, I'm going to get pulled over. There's another layer on top of that. Chaos gets bigger. Then what happens? I get a ticket. Okay, then I have to pay. Chaos gets bigger because there's another level now. Now my insurance goes up because I have a moving violation. You know, and if I don't pay that ticket, what happens? And they suspend my license. This is what happens, and it starts with little tiny things, pieces of chaos is what I want to call them, that other side to life, that disorder that's pushing up against it, up against the order in our life. If you let those things slide, they become bigger things. And then over time, they consume bigger parts of your mind and your thought space. And then you can't focus on the things that truly matter because you have all this stuff going on inside your head from all these different places that don't allow you to focus on the creation, new things, you know, having fun, going out and just living life and appreciating things. So I wanted to talk about that today because I think it's really important, not only for people who are trying to run a creative business, but also people who are just trying to, you know, do photography for fun and come up with blocked ideas and, you know, they're lacking inspiration. Try that, you know, try looking around at just, I guarantee, guys, if you seriously ask yourself where the areas in your life that you can improve on, if you sit down, put down the phone, shut everything off, and just sit down and honestly ask yourself, where can I improve right now? All those things will come into your mind. And then you start there. You start in your life. I mean, if it's, you got a messy office desk, pick it up. Bring some order into it. You got a tail light out or a blinker light out or, you know, a car light out on your vehicle. Go fix it. You've been neglecting your oil change. Go fix it. You know, you've been avoiding a conversation that's taking up space in your mind. Go fix it. And I guarantee that will free up space for you to bring in new ideas and then create new photos and bring that out into the world. Just wanted to say that, guys. All right? Until the next video.